to be great. And today on the show, my family, Postal Jackson family, and local Panera Bread, we are matching up to $5,000 during the show today.
That is amazing.
Open up your wallets, friends. I'll turn your $100 into $200. I will turn your $1,000 into $2,000.
That is amazing.
I will turn your $5 into $10 today.
That's amazing. And
right?
any little bit helps, right?
I mean, listen.
Right.
Anything.
Right.
$1, $5.
That's right.
I would prefer $1,000, but we'll take what we can get.
That's right. This is a big day.
And it's going to be good. We have Ryan here from UVA. Even though he's not a woman, he is an amazing person in development who works with UVA Children's.
Yes.
And then we're going to bring on an amazing NICU doctor, Dr. Vergalis.
Yes.
Did I say that right? Vergalis.
Yes, Vergalis.
She's going to tell us what's happening in UVA Children's.
Yes.
And then we'll go to our normal other things.
Yeah. This is so exciting.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm ready to go. Are
you ready to go? Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Judah, are you ready?
Judah's always ready.
Judah's always ready.
Okay. And welcome to Women Changing Our World. I am Kelly.
Good morning. I am Jamie.
And happy to kind of rainy Monday. It's always raining on Mondays when we're doing the show.
I know. And we're coming off a big Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks. We had fun. Check out our vineyard tour with SeavilleTours.com that we did. It was a blast.
You are peppy today, ready to go.
I am peppy today because I'm so excited.
I know.
I want to see how much money we can raise today. I love people giving money to organizations I love.
Yes.
Which is UVA Children's.
And UVA Children's is amazing.
I know.
We're so lucky to have them right in our backyard.
Yes. They've done amazing things for my family and my kids.
Yeah.
So, we have Ryan here from UVA.
Yes.
So let's bring him on real quick. He can kind of give us the spiel of what this week of giving is. And then we can jump to our awesome interview.
All right.
Okay. Ryan.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Introduce yourself.
I'm great. My name's Ryan Leitner. I work for the development team for UVA Children's. So we're here to raise some money this week for the Children's Hospital. Any area at UVA Children's, like you said, is going to be matched. So thank you to you and your family for that.
Sure.
It's incredible. So yeah, what we're doing is we're trying to, gather the community together. And I mean, that's why this is such a good fit for your show. I mean, it's all about this community and raise some money for the Children's Hospital. This year's been a little tough for us. Yeah, as you can imagine, it's been tough for everybody, really.
Yes.
But we rely so heavily on events and getting together to raise money for the Children's Hospital. And we weren't able to have some of the events all together, or some went to a virtual setting.
Right.
And, we didn't raise as much as we usually do. So this is kind of a way that we can, make a push in the spring, do something nice for the kids and the doctors here. And if you're a person who typically waits for these events to make a donation, this is the time to do it.
Yeah. And listen, because I usually go to the gala, Children's Hospital gala, right? Okay, so I spend a couple $100 on a dress.
Yeah.
Right? Then I got to spend a couple $100 on like shoes to go with the dress. Well, maybe not a couple hundred. I'm cheap on shoes. And then I have to pay for the babysitter.
Yes.
And then I have to pay for the Uber ride because I'm definitely going to drink the free drinks.
Right. And what about the auction?
Right. And then I'm always bidding on something on the auction.
Yes.
So frankly, by not going to the gala, I have saved myself like $1,000.
Yeah.
So take that $1,000 that you saved by not going to the gala and donate it today. You can donate on our comments, and somebody from UVA will follow up.
Yes.
We will thank you on air. And then, Ryan, where else can they go to give?
So the website to give, it's a little tricky. So it's at.virginia.edu/all-hands-on-deck. So the at is actually part of the web link. So
it's not an at like a sign.
No,
it's
AT.
Yep.
And I'm going to post that onto our Facebook page right now.
That's easy. Yeah, that's great.
Have the link.
And like I said before, we're counting all areas of the Children's Hospital in this. So if you want to give to the NICU, we'll count it. If you want to give to cancer, we'll count it. If you want to just give to our annual fund, we'll count that too.
See, you can give anywhere. So if you are into pediatric diabetes, or I am huge into pediatric pulmonology because of my daughter Rory, of course. So my money is going straight to her pulmonologist to help fund some studies that are going to help my kid personally.
Aw.
Right? So giving is giving.
Right.
UVA Children's is amazing, and there's so many different programs, and I know we'll talk to all the doctors and stuff and see, but there are so many amazing programs. So can you talk a little bit about just some of the programs that UVA Children's offers and like what's out there?
Sure. Yeah, we're really the premier children's hospital in the entire state. I mean, we have other great children's hospital around here, but if you have a severe illness or injury, you're going to come to UVA.
For sure.
But we also work with the other hospitals around us. I mean, there's community hospitals that do great things, but when it comes down to stage 4 high-risk cancer, you're going to come to UVA because that's your best shot at getting the care there. Now, on top of that, we're a public hospital, so we treat any patient here, whether they're insured or they can pay. I mean, everyone is treated here. So that being said, there's a lot of families that, generally don't have a lot of money to supplement their treatment that comes here. So getting here, paying the gas to drive from Southwest Virginia to UVA can be costly. So a lot of our donations to our annual fund or our family-centered care fund too, they'll go to pay for gas to get here. We never want a family to have to sacrifice a doctor's visit for their next meal.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff like that, helping families in need, making sure everyone's basic human needs are met while they're here and also while they're recovering.
Yeah. And amazing. And like we were saying, every dollar helps. So even if you can afford to donate $1 or $5 or $10, like the amazing programs that UVA have, and God forbid, you never have to deal with.
You don't think you're going to need the hospital now.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
Child. Right.
I mean, you could be driving in a car tomorrow with your kids. They get hit by a car. UVA is going to be there to help you.
Right.
Right? You get an awful diagnosis. UVA will be there to help you.
God forbid. Yeah, it's an amazing, amazing hospital, and the team of doctors and nurses could not be sweeter, and especially through this pandemic. I mean, dealing with all the things that they've had to, imagine not being able to visit your child in a hospital because COVID is happening. Like all of these things that have happened all year. And I know we all miss these amazing events that you guys do because you do have amazing events and amazing fundraisers. And one of the best parts for me at these fundraisers is you get to hear from all the doctors, right? You get to hear from the doctors and the nurses and these people who are treating children and get to hear how your money is helping, what that money goes to, and how that dollar really impacts our hospital.
Absolutely.
Which is the part that I always love. I love to hear the stories, and I love to hear all the amazing kiddos that are, healing and moving on with their lives and doing such awesome things.
Yes. Well, let's get Dr. Vergalis on. Yeah. Let's hear from her and see what she has to say today.
Let's talk to Dr. Vergalis. I'm so excited. She is so wonderful. She is in the NICU.
Yes.
So she will tell us all about that. I hope I don't spill my coffee.
Real quick question. Judah, am I live on my page? Am I live on my Facebook page?
Dr.
I don't think the video's showing up.
Vergalis.
Yes.
We are connecting.
Exciting. Oh, I feel like it's ringing weird.
I know. I don't hear her yet.
Are you sure you're calling the right one? When we were doing the test, Jamie was trying to call the wrong.
I was calling a different Brooke, who was not as cool as the real one.
Right. Yeah, we're like, why isn't she on?
We're like, Brooke.
Could you imagine if that wrong person answered?
You're like,
wouldn't that be hysterical? I know. So make sure you're calling the right one, Jamie.
Yes, I'm calling the right one. So maybe we'll give her a second. Maybe she had to pick up another.
Maybe there was an emergency. I mean, that does happen at UVA. Mm-hmm. Hey, so I always hate everything you're watching. Mm-hmm. You make a suggestion, I watch it, it's the worst.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
But you mentioned on last week's show to watch Girls 5 Eva.
Yeah.
And I was
like,
ugh, am I going to risk it and watch another one of Jamie's suggestions? So I had a little free time, as I do because I don't leave my house.
Yes.
So I watched it on Peacock, the first episode. I'm going to give the second episode a shot. I did like it.
Okay.
I did like it. It wasn't my fave, but you can't just take the first episode.
Right.
And it's funny. I mean, it is funny.
Is it?
It depends. I want to see where the story goes.
Sarah Bareilles is like my favorite. I love her so much.
She is good.
Anything that she's in, she's like my favorite. She wrote a book. And I listen to the audiobook almost every night, and she sings a song in the beginning of every chapter, and I love it so much.
That's funny.
So I listen to it every night before I go to bed.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Let's try Brooke again.
Okay, try her again.
If not,
so So that's what I'm doing that.
What else are you watching?
Oh, I was just going to pull that up. I had to pull up because I have a show that I watched that I wanted to recommend to Judah. Judah and I have very similar taste in shows.
Yeah, okay. What'd you watch?
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Oh, well, hold on. Continue home. I don't know.
You forgot what you watched?
Yeah, well, I couldn't remember the name. Oh, it's called Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix. Judah, did you watch it?
Not yet.
Okay, it's good. It's very good.
Where do you even find these things? Ryan and I were trying to watch something last night, and we were like, should we just watch Scarface? Like, we couldn't find anything to watch. It was like the weirdest. And then I wound up watching this trial about it was like a true crime thing, like literally like a YouTube trial. Like the judge is like section 956 dash 2, like a real live thing about these two people that like the Turpins that got arrested for like bad stuff with their children. So, but I was watching it, and I got to the end, and Ryan was like, I give up. He just, like, left. I was like, all right, we can never find anything to watch.
Well, call me. I'll give
like
you
the
reviews.
weirdest.
But, Judah, you need to watch that because it was good. If you like Marvel things or, like, superhero things, like, watch the show.
Okay.
I literally binged it all day yesterday for Mother's Day.
I'm into it.
So.
Ryan's going to text Brooke.
She's not getting any calls.
You're calling the wrong Brooke.
There's only 2 Brooks here. I'm not calling the wrong Brooke. All right, let me type her email address in. Keep
Jamie.
talking.
Jamie is always the worst on
Guys,
our...
it's the right Brooke.
Well, no. I mean, listen, isn't it interesting that Jamie is in charge of all of our tech things, and yet we seem to have an issue every day, but it's never Jamie.
It's not me. I'm looking at the history that I called, and...
Well, retype in her thing.
Okay.
Try all
the Brooks.
All the Brooke Vergalis. It'll come up.
Does she want to tell her to call us back? She can try to call in, call us back. So let me tell you about my day while we're getting Brooke on the line. Let me tell you about what happened to me yesterday. So yesterday, I was convinced it was Monday. So I was very confused with the days. So I woke up at 7, and I was like getting ready, and Ryan was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I have to go to the show. And he was like, what? Why are you going to the show? And I was like, what do you mean? Because I have to go to the show. That's like what I do. And he was like, I thought the show was on Monday. I was like, what day is it? He goes, it's Sunday. And I was like, wait, I was so confused. So I like slept in, and then I was like, I woke up really late, and then I was even more confused. So I wound up sleeping the whole day.
I know. I tried to call you.
I was sleeping.
You're like, I'm sleeping. I'm like, it's
literally
like
all day.
3 in the afternoon.
I was sleeping. I woke up at like 1 o'clock. Then I went back to sleep at like, I took a nap at like 3.
Why?
I don't know. I was just so tired. I don't know if it's like the change of weather or like what's going on. But like, I don't know. I was sleeping all day. It was so weird. But I was convinced it was Monday. It was very odd.
Oh, Rhonda. I love Rhonda. She's a good friend of the show.
Yes.
She just said she donated.
Rhonda,
thank you,
Rhonda.
Thank you so much. That was so sweet. And we will match it. So we appreciate you.
That's amazing.
We've had $287,000 donated so far since we talked about this.
What?
8 minutes ago.
Wait, how much, Ryan?
$287.
$287?
In 8 minutes, yeah.
$287.
That's amazing.
Thank you, everybody.
Before the match. So
Before the match.
Before the match, and you're going to match it.
And we're going to match it.
Panera Bread.
Yes.
Amazing.
So please give. You can either pledge in the comments of our show, or you can go to the link that we linked on our page. So while we're waiting for Brooke, is she calling? I think she's going to call us, right?
I need the username or phone number.
What's our username or phone number for our thing?
Oh, should I give it out? Here, I'm going to give it to Ryan.
Don't give it out loud because then we would have people Skyping us in.
You can just type it in.
Right? So at UVA, I don't know if you know that they have these programs. So when my daughter has been in the ICU or even like the regular part of the hospital for days at a time, Jamie, did you know they have an on-site school with an amazing teacher? So if your kid is well enough, they can go to this amazing classroom so they don't fall behind in school. And if your child isn't well enough to like go to the classroom itself, the teacher comes to you.
I did not know that. That's amazing.
Right?
Yes.
And so Rory has even asked before, like when we've left the hospital, she's been like, can I go back to that school? I was like, no, like you have to be in the hospital to go. She's like, well, can't I just like go for the day? And I was like, no, that's not how it works.
She loves it so much. Do they get to do school at the hospital?
Yes, because think of some of these kids are in there for months and months and months, right? So like they can't fall behind in school.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. That's amazing.
So if you want to give to that, I think you could give to that. They also have an amazing program called the Child Life Program, which we love and use when my daughters are in the hospital.
What is the Child Life Program?
So it's these group of amazing women. I think they're all women. Are they all women? I think they are. And like, I'm sitting there. You're sitting there for days, right? You're exhausted. Like, you need to take a shower, right? You need to like get some fresh air. Yeah. You need to like, you know, get something to eat.
Yeah.
And so these amazing people come into your room, hang out with your kiddo. They bring crafts, they bring games, they bring coloring books, they bring sticker books, and you get to keep them all. And so they like entertain your kid and play with your kid for like however long.
I love that so much.
So you can give to that too, guys. I'd say give to the Child Life Program as well.
I know.
So,
I love UVA.
I know. I'm giving to pulmonology. My parents are very big into cancer, so I'm sure they're going to be giving to cancer.
Yes.
Rick and Adam are watching. Thank you, Rick and Adam. I hope your road trip is going well.
Oh, right. They're traveling this week. They're back on the road.
Yeah.
I know. And let's give you the website one more time. So we posted it to our Facebook page. So if you're watching, the link is there. But it is APT. So the actual letters, at.virginia.edu/all hands on deck.
Oh, Kimberly, our top fan is watching.
I was trying.
Thank you, Kimberly. We appreciate it. Donate anything you can, guys. Anything will help. Let's try Brooke one more time. Can you do that for me, Jamie? Because I really want to talk to her.
I know. Is she trying to call us back?
It's asking her to pay for the service.
Is it I think it might be a UVA thing.
It might be.
That's weird. We'll try her. We'll keep talking.
I have her cell phone number too.
Oh, we can just call her.
Yeah.
And Judah, we have a picture of her.
Yeah, I'll show
Do you want to just call her?
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't want to say her number out loud. That would be.
Yeah, we could do that. And Judah, do we need another microphone? Or we can use it under Ryan's microphone? Or I can use it here. I'll just hold it up, guys. Hang tight. Here we go.
It's asking her to pay. Jeez, Skype. Jeez, Skype.
Yes, Skype. We're not paying.
Yeah, we're not paying you, Skype.
Hello.
Hey there. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I don't know why it's not working, but we're going to do it this way. This is perfect.
Okay.
So, welcome to Women Changing Our World. Thank you so much for being on and helping us raise money for UVA Children's. We're so excited. We're already getting donations in. So, we always start every guest by asking them, who are you, what do you do, and why are you so amazing?
That's a hard question. First, I can answer who I am. So, I'm Brooke Vergalis. I am a neonatologist or a baby doctor in the UVA NICU. What makes me so amazing? That's a hard question. I think what makes me so amazing is that I have dedicated my life to caring for the babies in our community and caring for children in general, while at the same time also being a full-time mother to two wonderful children.
Oh my gosh, wow. So you are a busy lady.
Yes.
So, what is NICU? For people who are not really, don't have kids or sick children, people might not know what a NICU is. So, what do you do in a NICU?
So the NICU is it's an ICU, but doesn't mean all of the kids are really, really sick. We pretty much care for any baby that cannot go home with their mother or parents right after delivery. So they can be in there for a multitude of reasons and for a multitude of different times in the NICU. So we have babies that range from being very premature, so born less than 37 weeks, which is term, but mostly babies less than 35 would end up coming to the NICU. We have babies that have congenital abnormalities in the NICU that are full term. And we also have some term babies that have had some problems where they just can't quite go home as most mothers and parents would expect right after delivery. So we have a wide range of babies in the NICU.
Oh, babies all day. I love that.
Yeah, so you can cuddle all the babies. I would cuddle all of the babies all the time. Do you do that a lot?
Yeah, so recently the NICU's been trying to developed a baby wearing program. So a lot of these babies don't have their parents there all the time. Our NICU is still a pod-based NICU, so we can't have parents spend the night, or they can stay if they want, but they're in a chair. But we do try to hold the babies. Many of them are too sick to hold. But when they get to be much more stable, yes, it is hard not to pick them up and just cuddle them, especially the really little ones.
So a baby wearing program. So do you
do not tell Jamie that. She will be at your door trying to wear 20 babies.
Want to wear all the babies. So are you just kind of like working and wearing the baby at the same time?
So the nurses are moving. They're developing protocols. We haven't initiated it yet, but we've been getting some donation money to get more baby Bjorns and safe devices that they can do their charting while at the same time holding the babies safely in the NICU.
Okay, if you had a NICU baby, or you know someone that has had a NICU baby and you want to donate to this baby wearing program, donate now. You can donate by commenting on our page, and UVA will follow up with you. You can go to the website that we listed. If you want people to be wearing these NICU babies, give the NICU money now.
And it's so important, for their development and for babies to have that, kind of like that contact, right?
Right.
Yeah, and yes. So development and just we do have children that stay in the NICU up to about a year of age. It's rare, but we do have those babies in the NICU that stay up to about a year.
Wow.
We're not holding the little bitty ones like that, but they need to be more full-size term babies to be held that way.
Right.
Safe. But for developmental purposes, we would love parents to be there all the time, but we understand parents are pulled in many directions, and it's not feasible for them to be there all the time.
Right.
They have other children at home. A lot of them have jobs that they need to continue to attend so they can be home when their babies do come home from the NICU. So we understand why parents aren't always there, but we want to still give their babies the appropriate development.
What is the smallest baby you have ever had in the NICU?
The smallest baby we've ever had in the NICU?
Yeah.
About 380 grams, which is, you're going to make me figure this out, but it's less than a pound.
What? That baby would be like this, you can't see me, of course, but Jamie, that is like the teeniest baby, and that baby survived, I hope.
Yes. They do. We have actually incredible outcomes here at UVA.
Listen, so without the help of UVA Children's Hospital, that baby probably wouldn't have made it. So, guys, open up your wallets.
Yes.
I want your $100 bill that's just sitting there. Don't go out to lunch today. If you normally go out to lunch, don't go out to lunch today. Donate that $15 that you would have spent on lunch. You can donate it to NICU. You can donate it to any specific thing at UVA Children's, or nothing specific at all.
Oh, I love this so much. So, how amazing is it for you to see these babies or these children recover and be able to leave the hospital? Is that the most emotional and amazing time for you?
It is. I think that's why I went into neonatology, is that I would say 95% of the babies that come into the NICU leave the NICU. And many of them can be, like I said, they can be there for long periods of time. And seeing these kids go from so sick to home, and then their parents continuously are sending us pictures and videos and things of their children. It's just such a great feeling, and it makes me feel like I'm doing good in the world and taking care of these babies. But it is such a rewarding career to have, and I'm very blessed to have been able to do this as my career and my life. And so I feel very, very honored that these parents trust us to care for these babies and care for their children at some of their most vulnerable times.
I love that. It's amazing. Are there any other projects that you're working on that people might be interested in so they could donate to?
Well, I would say the Children's Hospital as a whole is growing tremendously at UVA. We're adding new programs all the time in the NICU. or in the entire children's hospital. We're one of the premier cardiac centers for the state of Virginia. We're expanding our transplant services to liver transplant, bone marrow transplant. We have lots of new services that are being offered at UVA so that we can continue to be the main provider of care for children in the state of Virginia. So people donating money to anything at the Children's Hospital will definitely go to good use and allow us to hopefully in the future expand. We would love to see more beds for our Children's Hospital. There's a whole new tower that's sitting outside of the 7th floor that we are hoping at some point will be expanded to include more beds for the entire Children's Hospital.
So are you seeing a lot more children? Are you seeing, like, do you guys really feel that there are more children out there to help, that you're kind of at capacity, that you could use more room? Or are you seeing more people coming from all over, the country to visit UVA?
I know recently the news is that the birth rates are down in the country. I don't think that seems to be the case here in Virginia.
People got very bored during COVID, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of babies happening.
Our NICU is full many days of the year. The PICU is just grown exponentially thanks to our huge cardiac program and our developing bone marrow transplant and lots of new services that require critical care. So our PICU is more full. The floor, this year's been a good year for respiratory viruses because everyone's been wearing masks, but overall our floors have been full. We definitely need new beds in the Children's Hospital, and the only way to get that is funding, and we're hoping that in the future that will be the case.
That's amazing. So guys, if you want to donate, as we were saying, any dollar amount helps. $1, $5, $10.
$100.
Yeah. Kelly wants thousands. If you could donate $100,000, that would be amazing. But we really want to support this incredible hospital and the incredible doctors and nurses and staff that really, bring this hospital to life, right? That are helping, giving these children life-saving measures.
Yes.
To have these kids
and they're really serving the whole state of Virginia.
Right.
Not just Charlottesville.
And beyond. I know many people, like if you talk to people and you tell them you live in Charlottesville or you mention UVA, everyone knows the hospital. These are world-renowned doctors and surgeons. And, it's an incredible, incredible hospital. And to expand their services would really be amazing.
Yes. So guys, like
donate.
and share the show. We are matching donations up to $5,000.
I can share the show.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We so appreciate it. And we hope to raise enough money that Jamie can be wearing babies very soon.
I am going to wear all the babies. I want to cuddle them all.
We're able to have much more volunteer services in the future to bring a lot of our cuddlers back into the NICU.
I am so excited. I'll be there.
Jamie's signing up as we speak.
I'm going to cuddle them all. I'm going to wear as many as I can.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was great to talk to you. We wish you the best. Stay safe. And thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you for having me on the show today.
Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. What a wonderful...
I know. Can you imagine, though? I would be too nervous. What do they do with these teeny babies? Can you imagine, doing surgery on something that's, the size of, a baby puppy?
Yeah, it's
Could you imagine?
It's like a quarter pounder with cheese size. That's what I was thinking. Because I'm so hungry. I'm like, it's like a quarter pounder large with fries size.
Don't eat the babies, Jamie.
Yeah, I won't eat the babies, but I will cuddle them all.
I love that.
Can you imagine your job is to cuddle babies all day?
I don't think they have to pay people to do that. I think they're volunteers, right, Ryan?
Yeah,
they're all
actually that's the coveted volunteer position.
Oh, man,
really?
I have a waiting list for this. Yeah,
you do?
I can get you on it.
Can you get me in?
Yeah.
No, that would be good.
I know people, Jamie. I can help you.
I bet people give under the table. They're like, Ryan, if I donate, can I get in to cuddle the babies?
Sell baby cuddler spots.
Yeah, I will.
You should raffle them off.
You really should. That's actually a good idea.
I would totally pay to cuddle all the babies.
to cuddle all these babies.
And you know what? I feel like I'd rather cuddle a baby than cuddle a dog because babies smell so much better. If you get into the SPCA and you're on the floor cuddling all the dogs and you're like, oh, it stink like dog. Right. You leave the babies and you're like, I love a baby. I love the babies.
I know. So what else is going on in your world?
Me?
Yeah.
You know what I was also thinking? I would love to dress up. Can you imagine? I could be the UVA mascot and like dress up.
You
and
would
just
be
like
so good.
I would,
Does
right?
UVA Children's have a mascot? Because I'm signing Jamie.
I would be. I could run through the floors and be like, "I'm the fairy," and like run through and like dress up as all different things.
That'd be funny.
I would be so good at that.
We were talking. You were saying you might want to do like an art fundraiser for UVA Children.
An art fundraiser. I think that would be so great. Where like all the kids do art. We can even do it on Zoom and like we get together and then we raffle off all the kids' artwork and we could turn them into all these things.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be so fun?
Yes.
And then I dress up as a mascot and like run through the hospital.
Well, and I mean, there are a lot of these kids. We have a program we call them Miracle Kids. They're the ones that have the stories that they went to the hospital. We share their stories so that it's a real cause. Because you shop local, you eat local, you also give local. So that's kind of the whole purpose of that. So these kiddos, I have a great job. I get to know these families, and so we can become friends. But some of them haven't really left their house because they're immune compromised. So
like my family,
right? So they can't afford to. So we're always trying to look for new things for the families to be engaged with. This would be perfect for that. They would love it.
I think that they would love it.
We'll work on that after the show.
Yeah.
But now I'm hungry. Now I can all think about is a sandwich.
A quarter pounder with cheese and
no,
fries.
I don't want a quarter pounder with cheese. I kind of feel like
Panera flatbread.
Ooh, Panera flatbread is delish.
There's so many things going on.
I feel like. You know when you're starving and anything sounds good, so then you can't make a choice of anything?
Yes. You can always stop by Bodo's. It's on your way home.
Why would I go to Bodo's when I can go to Panera?
Oh, true.
Jamie. Do you know, I think I'm going to go to like Wine and Design today. How do you like that?
We're going to paint a beach scene today. Whenever I used to go to Wine and Design, I talked to, this is how Picasso Swig started. I used to go to Wine and Design and like all these other places, and I would talk too much and I would drink too much and I would forget to paint the thing. And I was like, why did I pay $40 to go to this place? I'm going to start a place where people can talk and drink and literally do a project. And then I was like, Picasso Swig! Wine and Design is too much, so I just pay the $4 and I just sit there. I'm like, you do you. And I walk out with this wet painting and then I just throw it away and I'm like, what a waste. Speaking of, let's talk about our wine tour.
Oh yeah, we went on the wine tour with Seville Tours this weekend with my mom.
It was so amazing.
So fun. We went to Mount Ida. I'd never been to that vineyard before.
Never.
Have you been there, Jerry?
Yeah, that place is awesome.
Okay, it was awesome. Ryan, have you been there?
It was great.
Not.
Okay, it was really good. Then we went to Trump because I love their bubble flight. It's like my favorite. So we did double bubble flight tastings, all three of us.
It was great.
And
And Gabrielle Rousey.
That was so good.
Have you ever been there, Jerry? Guys, have you ever been to
Where's
Gabrielle
this?
Rousey? It's right
down the street from Trump.
Right down the street.
And it's like hidden in the forest, and you're sitting in the forest on like camp chairs.
It's awesome.
Amazing.
The wine is great. They have all
Two
these
brothers
snacks.
run it together.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
It's a beautiful winery. We posted videos, and we were Seville Tours gave we were picked up in this gorgeous Lexus.
Yeah,
we went on it
we
was
did
so much fun, and we got to hang out with Kelly's mom, which was so nice because my mom passed away in 2013, so I don't get to celebrate Mother's Day. So I usually celebrate with my aunt and my stepmom, but it was so nice to hang out with Kelly's mom.
My mom is the best.
She's
very
amazing.
Yes, she is.
She is like the
She
best.
was in it to win it. She went almost glass for glass of wine with us.
Yeah, she was so sweet. She was so wonderful, and she's just she's so much fun to be around. So it was so much fun.
Yeah. So we have more people tuning in.
So if
for those of you guys tuning in, we are fundraising for UVA Children's. It's the week of giving. During the show, we will be matching, and if you're watching like when we're not live, we will also match that. If you give today,
yes,
up to $5,000. So please, please, please open your hearts, open your wallets, and give. And listen, don't make
$150.
what?
Put me in for $150.
Yeah, Jerry, add it.
Jerry.
That's $300.
There you go. That's 300 right there.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, let's raise it. Thank you, Jerry. We appreciate that so much.
So Ryan, tell us also. So tell us a
No,
little
hold
bit.
on. I wanted to make my point.
Oh, I thought that was your point. What is your point? We got $300. That's the whole point.
I know. No, I mean this is the point, right?
Okay.
No, but listen, you need to give because if you don't, then Jamie is going to start singing that Sarah McLachlan song.
Oh, yeah. What is
that's
that?
on that sad
Arms of an
doll
Angel?
commercial.
In the arms of an angel.
Stop immediately.
I love that's the worst.
It's actually funny. There's a concept in fundraising called the Sarah McLachlan effect, and you want to avoid that because
Really?
it's so sad. Yeah,
It's so sad.
Because I'll do stuff with the radiothon, and they're like, you do not want to play songs like that. You want people to feel happy and good about it.
Yes. You don't want to sing. That song is like, and then I see all the dogs, and I'm like, oh,
it doesn't
God.
work for kids.
I know.
But,
No. What's a good fundraising song? What song do you like?
oh my goodness.
Happy.
That's a good one.
Because I'm happy in a van and roof and like a room without a you.
Okay, you don't even know the words.
What? I don't know the words.
No.
That's a good fundraising song.
I thought that was good. UVA Children's Hospital, when you walk in there, first
Yeah.
of all, the battle building
Yes.
is part of it, right?
Yes.
So I'm always there with my Rory getting her shot.
And this has had a redesign, right? It was like a couple of years ago when the battle building
just
was
built
built.
it.
That was when we built it in 2015.
Yeah.
And it's such a happy place.
Yes.
The Children's Hospital on the 7th floor, or the children's wing. Right?
Yes.
Or floor. It is so happy. It has an amazing art and different artists from all around.
Yes.
So it's like very happy. It's not like gloom and doom, like
Yeah.
gray, bleh. Like,
And you know what I love? When you drive by at night, all the floors are lit up as different colors.
Yes.
So it's like this beautiful building, and it's like supposed to like bring joy to the kids, right?
Right. Well, it also has a functional application too. The colors help with wayfinding. So if you have a kid that goes there and might have to see multiple doctors on multiple floors, they know that they're going on the red floor to see this doctor or the blue floor to see this doctor. So it actually helps with that too.
That's so smart.
It is smart.
I
I like
love that.
guys, you are saving money by not going to a gala or an event.
That's
so the
right.
money you would have spent on that fancy outfit, give instead today. We would appreciate it. Jamie, give me $20.
I will give you $20.
Oh,
Are you
good.
going to match it? 40.
Yeah, now turn it
It is
40.
40.
See how that works, guys? I just turned Jamie's generous donation of $20 into 40.
Yeah.
I turned
amazing.
Jerry
Yeah.
Miller's generous donation of $150 into $300.
Amazing.
So now we're at $340 just in 2 minutes.
It's amazing.
How do you like that?
I love UVA Children's. I think it's such a wonderful place, and I'm always so inspired by everything that you guys do over there. I feel like you guys just do an amazing job.
Every time Rory's in the ICU, Jamie and Ryan, well, okay, I'll tell this funny story. So, Rory was in the ICU like a year ago. Or well, maybe it was, I don't know which visit, but anyway, he goes to like the information desk. Ryan finds out. I haven't even talked to her husband, Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan finds out. He immediately gets in his car, drives.
Well, let's back up. So before he said, I'm going to go visit Rory. And I said,
right.
no, you can't visit her. She's in the ICU. So you're not allowed in. It's only immediate family members and
Right.
you can't go in. So I said, we're going to send her something. So we called the UVA gift shop. We said, we're going to send something.
so
It'll be fine.
This huge basket arrives, full of everything.
And then
he gets in the car, drives, go to the information desk. He says that he is her uncle, right? Figures out what floor she's on. I don't know how. He's walking around the ICU saying, Rory, where are you? Rory, where are you? Like, gowns up, mask, the whole gown, like, kind of barges in. And Rory was like, Ryan, what are you doing? He was like, I had to see you. He's like yelling in his, New York accent, Rory, through the halls. He found us.
And the next thing I know, I'm getting pictures from Kelly, and it's Ryan and Rory, just selfies in the ICU. I was like, Ryan, she's not allowed to have people in the ICU. And he was like, what do you mean? Just selfies in the ICU. He's walking around, walks in, just says he's her uncle.
Yeah.
Going in, and he was like, yeah.
It was hysterical.
Every time, it's out of control.
I know. We love Ryan.
But I hate when Rory is in the hospital because I
know,
feel like
it's the worst.
my thing is like with Rory, like I always know she's going to be okay, and I know she's
Yeah.
okay, but I know she's going to be bored.
That's the
I know
issue.
she's going to be bored, so I want her to have these things. So I'm like, we got to send her things,
Yeah, so I have to pack like 5 extra bags, empty bags,
That's right.
when I go because, people send us stuff, which we appreciate.
I know.
Like and share the show, guys.
Like and share the show, and keep giving. Kelly and
keep
Panera
giving.
Bread, our locally owned Panera Bread, is
My
matching
parents.
donations. So thank you guys so much for doing that. It's amazing what you guys do locally. Panera Bread is so amazing with all their Roundup program. So if you go,
all of that goes to UVA Children's.
all goes to UVA Children. So if you go and you get something at Panera Bread and they ask you if you want to round up, all that change goes. And last year, I mean, how much did you donate from that at the check presentation? It was incredible.
Yeah, I don't remember. Ryan, do you remember?
Oh, of course I do. It's $187,000.
$187,000
From change. Yep.
From going to Panera, which we do all the time, and getting a bagel and a coffee, and they ask if you want to round up
Give that
change.
10 cents.
$180,000. Do you know, like, so what is a donation like that? Ryan, tell us. Like, when a donation comes in, like, so the community gets together, we do this roundup program, everyone donates. What does that money do?
Well, actually, I want to talk a little bit about how this adds up, because this is how I talk about when I go into the Paneras and talk to your team and say, hey, this is what, because I mean, it seems so insignificant in the exact moment. Mathematically, the average donation is going to be 50 cents.
Yeah, right.
What is 50 cents isn't going to do anything at the hospital. You can barely buy a syringe with that.
Yeah,
So how do we get from 50 cents to $187,000 in a year? And it's strength in numbers, and that's what it adds up to.
Right.
So that one-time 50-cent donation, spread over 14 cafes.
Yeah.
Year round, asking everybody. That's how we get there. This is the same concept for this. This is why we came up with the theme "All Hands on Deck" for this week of giving, because you might be only able to give $50.
Right.
$10 even.
Yeah.
But if everyone does that, that's when we have significant funding. Now, to go back, that was a long way to answer the question. What are we doing with these kinds of money? So, like I said before, it's really making sure that all the families have their basic human needs met. So we have families that come in here in an emergency situation from a couple hours away. They have nothing but the clothes on their backs. They have no place to stay. They have no extra clothing. They don't have money for food sometimes. We use these funds to make sure that those are covered for them. We don't want any family we want them to focus on the most important thing, which is getting their kid better.
Right.
Everything else is then covered through philanthropy. So, and even going back to what you said about how beautiful the hospital is, well, we just did a remodel with that. A lot of that was paid through philanthropy. That wasn't an operating budget. We run, our operating budget is going towards medicine and doctors.
Yeah. Right.
Anything on top of that, we have to rely on the community to help.
Yeah. And that's so
Guys,
important.
give their $5.
Right. Give. I mean, the hospital, it's so important. And like to have a place for these children to really go and to heal and to see these world-renowned doctors is incredible. Like, God forbid, imagine having a sick child. You have a pregnancy and you give birth to this baby and you're like, something is, God forbid, wrong. Where do you go, right? You go to UVA, you go to this hospital, and you're able to put your baby, this perfect little baby, in the hands of these amazing doctors. And I've known kids, like a lot of my friends have had kids that have gone through UVA, and now they're 8, 9, 10 years old, that have heart conditions, that are living these amazing lives, and they owe it all to UVA, right? They owe it all, and you can ask them what their doctor was, and they will tell you exactly. So I love it. So donate if you can. If you can give $1, if you can give $5.
Yeah. And we're going to have some other doctors on later in the upcoming months from UVA Children's as well. It's very interesting.
Yes.
I know it. What else do you have going on?
What else do I have doing? I'm working on my store.
That's exciting.
Working on the store. We're going to reopen hopefully in June. Hopefully
I'll be the first customer.
We don't have to push it back to July.
So I'll be the first.
We're moving our store from 5th Street to downtown Charlottesville, so I'm super excited about that. We're excited, but we have, a lot of bills out. We have electrical and plumbing and stuff like that, but the store is going to be really awesome. It's going to be a new vibe, a new Picasso swig.
I was excited for it.
Yeah, so Kelly helped me come in and design and kind of take a look at the thing, so we're excited.
It'll be good. Oh, so when we were in here, we were talking earlier with Jerry.
Yeah.
I guess a doctor who used to run the Food and Drug Administration is saying
Dr. Scott Gottlieb.
Dr. Scott Gottlieb
is saying
on Face the Nation.
On Face the Nation said, don't wear masks anymore. Don't wear. I guess we're not wearing masks anymore. I mean, listen, I'm wearing this for the rest of my life, probably.
What is the point of that?
He just said, and I'm quoting.
He's quoted.
And you guys need to relay this on air.
Yeah, we'll relay it. We're relaying.
So on Sunday morning, he said you can consider lifting indoor COVID mask mandates now.
lifting COVID mask mandates inside.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you gonna go inside? Even for people who are not vaccinated, shouldn't those people still be wearing masks?
So I guess here's the point. So the problem,
who's not vaccinated?
So the problem is that when you go into a restaurant, you're not wearing a mask.
Because you're eating.
So I guess he's basically saying if you can sit in a restaurant for 2 hours and be hanging out without a mask, what's the point of mandating a mask for indoors? Right? I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that if that's what I never understood at the restaurant side of it. It's like, so if you go into a restaurant and you're eating, you don't have to have a mask. But if you're not eating, you have to have a mask, which never really made any sense. So I guess he's probably just saying, if everyone's inside eating and they don't have to have a mask on, and why do you have to go to Michael's with a mask? I guess at this point, I don't agree with it. I think that we should keep our masks on for, like, we don't really know what the spread is going to be as we move into colder weather. Like, as we just move through.
Wait, are we moving into warmer weather?
Well,
what month is this? Like,
May.
you just very confused me. I was thinking, like, wait, are we getting back into fall? No,
Yeah,
Jamie,
I
we're
know.
in spring.
I'm already in Christmas. But we're going to go through the summer.
Very confused.
We don't really know anything really. Like, we've studied COVID, but we don't really know, right?
I don't, listen, they keep changing the rules, they keep changing the guidelines. I don't know. So what I'm going to do.
I think we still need to wear
when I get up
masks.
from this chair, I will put back on my mask.
I think
My
we
lovely
need.
mask.
I think we need to wear masks. I think we need to kind of keep it under control.
I mean,
because
I
there's
don't
still a lot of people that aren't vaccinated. So if you have,
I don't know why, but there's walk-in appointments here in Charlottesville, the old J.C. Penney building. If anybody needs one, Judah.
You gotta get a vaccine. I think you should get a vaccine.
I like wearing the masks.
Me too.
I've gotten used to it, and I like when I go to the grocery store. Then I can sing to the overhead music because no one can tell it's me.
That's true. And do you know how much money I've saved on makeup?
Yeah.
Like, throw on some mascara, and that's all I got.
That's all you need. That's
I know.
right.
Yeah.
And then you can just be an idiot in public, but no one can recognize you.
Yeah, no, I think you should wear the mask. And you know that I like to sing. So I was just Googling the happiest songs for fundraising. And one of these came up that I really enjoy.
No, Jamie.
You might have heard of it.
Mute her mic, Judah.
It's
Mute
called
her mic.
ABBA. And it goes, Friday night and the lights are low. Looking out for a place to go.
Did you look up those lyrics, or did you just
I did.
know them? Oh.
You can dance. You can jive.
That would be fun.
So if you want to hear more singing, donate.
If you don't want to hear more singing,
If you
donate.
don't want to hear more singing, I think you should donate.
Yeah.
Give $1, give $5.
Like and share the show, guys. We are matching donations up to $5,000 all day today. So if you're watching it like on your lunch break and you just enjoy watching Jamie and I, make fools of ourselves.
Yeah.
At your lunch break, and you feel like donating, we will also match it, even if we are not live.
Match it.
And then maybe we'll do it in match. I'm gonna go live with Ryan again on Wednesday over a tasty beverage.
Oh.
To continue the fundraising, and maybe we'll do some more matching. So there you go. How do you like it?
I like it. Speaking of Kroger, I have some funny tweets this week.
Oh, good. Speaking of Kroger,
Didn't you just say Kroger when you're at the grocery store and you can wear your mask and you can sing?
Oh, yeah.
You
Okay.
can
Give me a funny tweet.
Having the time. Simon Holland says, maybe time to cut back when the cashier at Kroger puts a box of Oreos on that little ledge and asks if you want to keep it separate like gum.
Yeah.
Do you want to leave this out? Yes, I do.
Yes,
I do. I'm hungry.
I'm gonna eat these on the way home. Just in your car.
I actually secretly do that. So when I go to the grocery store, I get a snack to go home. So like I've been known to like open up a bag of chips. I like get a snack because I'm hungry when I go to the grocery store. And
No, that's a mistake.
You're not
Don't ever go to the grocery store hungry.
That's like grocery shopping 101.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
And if I ever go to like a fast food restaurant, I haven't been to like a fast food restaurant, but I always get like a separate like thing of fries so that I can eat it on the way home and Ryan won't be mad that I ate his fries. I get a separate one for myself.
That's actually pretty smart.
I mean, that is smart.
See?
I never grocery shop when I'm hungry because then I just end up with so much shit.
That's right.
Like, I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. Ooh, that sounds good. The
So-
last time I did that, guess what I came home with?
What?
I kid you not. I'm going to take a picture and post it so you guys believe me. This jar of pickles that's like this big and this wide with like the Disney pickles. Like, if you've ever been to Disney World and they give you like these ginormous pickles like on a stick. It's that
That's
size.
what you went for?
That's what I had that. I had like, the big box of the individual chips, like 75 bags in a box. Like, got that.
Yeah.
So, no, I learned my lesson. I had hummus, I had veggies, you name Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I always get cheese and crackers, like the sliced one. And you know what's so funny with cheese? It's like, you know how the block of cheese is always less expensive than the cut one?
Yeah.
Okay, I always get the cut one. And I'm like,
what?
That has to be a first world problem. You're like, I am so lazy. I can't even cut this block
Jamie,
of
it's
cheese.
like when you were at my house, we were doing a cooking segment, and I was like, here, grade this cheese. And you were like, what? Like, you were horrified.
I was like, why wouldn't you know this comes shredded? It's like in a bag. So I always look at it and I'm like, do I want to pay 40 more cents to have all the cheese pre-sliced? Yes, I do. I'm like, I am
No, but
that
see,
lazy.
I don't like that because I don't know what's in that cheese, because you know if you get a block of cheese and you cut off a piece and you put it back in the fridge, like sometimes you know, when you pull it back out, you kind of cut off a little bit.
Yes.
Like, what did they put in that pre-sliced cheese to make it not do that?
It's so processed.
Also, there's flour in pre-shredded cheese to keep it from clumping together.
Yes.
So my wife is gluten sensitive, so we can't get shredded cheese because the flour in that cheese hurts your stomach.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, note to self, I'm going back on keto. No shredded cheese for me then.
I know too much about cheese, I guess.
Fun facts about cheese from Ryan, UVA Children's Hospital.
What's your favorite cheese?
Oh, God.
We're really going down
So
a rabbit.
actually, I'm going to do a shameless plug. I make cheese. That's like a hobby. That's a hobby that I picked up.
What?
That is my COVID hobby. I started making cheese.
How do you make cheese?
Why did we not talk about this an hour ago?
I can talk about cheese. Yeah, so I got the most random gift from my mother-in-law. She got me a beginner's cheese making kit, and I'm like, I've never said I wanted to do this. I'm like, what an odd thing to buy an adult man.
It's not like you're brewing your own beer. Right. It's not like a brewery kit.
So I made mozzarella, and I was like, wow, this is really good. This is a lot of fun. I make cheese twice a week, and for a year now. I've been doing it
twice a week.
Twice a week I make cheese.
So what kind of cheese? So how do you make the mozzarella? How did this?
Well, it's heating milk to the point, and then putting some sort of agent that makes it coagulate, separates it from the whey, and then you're left with curd. You form it and use different cultures that make different types of cheeses.
What?
So
you have like different cultures?
Yeah. In my fridge, I have a cheese fridge at home now.
Okay, the next person who donates $100, I will make it $200, and Ryan will throw in a homemade thing of cheese.
Yeah, I have some Gouda at home. That would be good, right?
Oh yeah!
Oh my God!
So
Donating $100.
maybe some smoked
homemade
cheddar.
cheese.
Yeah.
I'm taking my 20 back and donating $100 for the cheese, folks.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It's the most random thing I know.
You should do a cheese making class.
I should. Yeah, it's not hard.
So you're a cheesemonger.
Yeah.
A cheese head.
Sure, that's right. Yeah.
What other cheeses have you made? Gouda?
One of my favorites to make, and it's actually anyone can make this at home, is homemade cream cheese.
What?
Yeah, it's really 2 ingredients, and you let it drain out for overnight, and then you're left with cream cheese. And I make really good cheesecake with it. Ooh. Really good cheesecakes.
Do you know what I always thought? Look, this might sound weird now that we're on the cheese thing. Like and share the show. Donate to UVA Hospital, Children's Hospital, as we talk cheese.
Yes.
Okay. So I like an everything bagel.
Yeah.
But now I'm doing this because all the things always fall off. Right, my everything bagel. So I get a regular bagel, and then I put cream cheese on it, and then I put the everything bagel seasoning on the cream cheese, so it doesn't fall off. So Ryan, you should make an everything bagel cream cheese.
I have this little seasoning at home too. That's a good idea.
Right?
I'm gonna make that tonight.
There you go.
There you go.
Homemade cheese. That's amazing.
I'll bring it on Wednesday because I'll make it tonight. I'll bring it on Wednesday and try it. Yeah.
That's it. Then you can do tasting.
We do a tasting. We'll have cream cheese with our
tasting.
That's so great. I love that.
I know. Guys, like and share the show
Like and
today.
share the show. Please donate.
We got some shares, so
we
it's
put
good.
the link in here for you to donate, and as we said, every dollar helps. $1, $5, $20,
$100.
We have this amazing hospital, and the UVA Children's Hospital is doing such amazing things. So please donate if you can. It would really help them. And so COVID has been a really tough year.
Yes.
You know, as we were talking about in the beginning,
because you can't do all the normal fundraising stuff.
You can't have events and things. And
no. And I even had a dress. So 2 years ago, when we were going to go to the gala, UVA Children's Hospital gala, Roy was just coming out of the hospital. So I stayed home with her, and I had this beautiful dress. And so I haven't worn it anywhere.
Yeah.
But my husband went and had too good of a time. So he was there, but I didn't get to wear my dress. So I guess I'll just save it for next year.
I felt bad because he definitely said hi to me, but it was a masquerade ball.
Right, so he had a mask on.
So I didn't recognize him, and he gave a buddy who works for Panera, who's a friend of mine, he gave him such a hard time because I didn't say hi to him. I didn't know who it was. I was like, we all had masks on. I was like, sorry, Adam.
No, Adam doesn't care. He probably doesn't remember anyway.
Adam's not talking to me this week.
Oh, because the walk of shame. Jamie did a walk of shame this weekend. Tell us about that, Jamie.
Oh, God. So we took a winery tour.
Yeah,
as you all know, we were talking about that. And then we went back to Kelly's house, which was really nice. And when we go back to Kelly's house, it's awesome because I get to hang out with the kids. And then Adam comes down from work. So we all had dinner. But Kelly and I kept it going. We kept the party going.
Listen, after a vineyard tour, you have two choices. You can either go to bed,
right, nap,
or keep having more wine.
Yes.
I mean, those are really your only two choices.
Yes. So Adam, so we got to hang out with Adam. We got to hang out with the girls. I did get scolded because I was hugging Lena too much.
Yeah.
So I got in trouble. But I did get to watch Trolls. And then they convinced me to sleep over.
Because, listen, you can't drink and drive.
No, you cannot drink and drive. So I stayed overnight, which was great. And then I woke up. So in the morning, so Adam gets up to go to work. So I hear him going to work, and I was just on the couch.
Yeah. In the same clothes.
In the same clothes. Maybe he won't notice me.
Under all these covers.
Watching Trolls on repeat.
Yeah, I know.
So I was like, well, I hope Adam's not mad that I watched Trolls all night in the same clothes that I wore. So I did the walk of shame. So I was like, all right.
That's like the adult walk of shame.
That is the adult walk of shame.
Waking up on your friend's couch in the same clothes from the night before.
And you're nervous not to see the guy, but you're nervous to see your friend's husband. You're like, oh, God. Hope he doesn't notice I'm here. And at 7 a.m., they're like, what's for breakfast? I'm like, I gotta go. Thanks, guys. It was really fun.
Bye.
Just like eating your Wheaties on the couch.
Yeah.
I did stay till 9. I watched 2020. Kelly and I were heavy into this 2020.
I think it was
Dateline show.
Yeah, but this was the problem. We talk true crime all the time.
Yeah.
And we watch like all the true crime shows and podcasts and all that stuff. This Dateline was 2 hours.
2 hours?
2 hours. It really could have been one.
Really.
If you want to watch the Dateline from Friday, there's going to be a lot of fast forwarding.
Oh my God, it was like the worst.
The worst. Ryan, do you want to close us out?
Close it out.
Tell us what's going on. Tell us what this week of giving is, and the show is yours.
Sure, yeah, if you're just catching this. So we're doing a week of giving campaign. Our goal for the overall campaign is $120,000.
Okay, and how much have you done so far?
So we're right at $60,000. So we're halfway there. So we got a week. This is going to go all throughout this week. Follow us on Facebook, Friends of UVA Children's. You'll see we're going to post a lot of stories from the kids that have been treated at the hospital, some doctors that the amazing work that they do. But we have $60,000 of matching funds that we need to use, and Kelly, you and your family are part of that. So
thank you.
It's really the theme of this is all hands on deck. So it's because it takes a community effort to bring in all these to get to this $120,000 goal. We talked about if you usually go to an event but didn't because of COVID this year, where'd that money go? Maybe consider making that your donation. You know, the ticket that you didn't buy or the race that you didn't run. I am also kind of thinking of it too from my perspective. I'm working from home now. So my commute went from about 7 miles a day one way, so 14, to rolling out of bed, getting a shower, and going to the office.
Think of how much money you saved on gas.
Just the gas money alone, that's something to consider too. And that's how Sarah, my wife, and I are looking at how we use our philanthropy is that we are saving money with this because we're in a situation that we are able to work from home. Well, she's a teacher, so she has to be safe. But I've been blessed with the fact that I can, just work from home, and we have saved money doing that. So just little things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because with UVA, it's not like you're donating to, this organization and you don't know where your money goes, right? Which I love. You can direct the funds where you want that money to go.
Yeah.
And it really, really helps. And you see the changes that UVA is making and the different programs that they're adding. So that's
and they're really focusing on telemedicine, right?
Telemedicine,
yep.
So important. And look at what that opens for everyone. So if you live in California and maybe you can't get to UVA, but now with telemedicine, you can see a specialist to help your children, like all over the world.
Yep.
So please donate, like and share the show, donate. The link is on our Facebook page. We posted it here, but please donate. Anything helps.
Yes, and we will match it all day today, up to 5,000.
Up to 5,000.
And then Ryan and I will be live having a brewski or whatever cocktail on Wednesday.
That's amazing.
So if you want to donate then, anytime. Listen, UVA Children will take your money any time of the day or night, any day of the week.
That's right.
Yes, and you should donate as a part of the community. It's nice to donate and give back to the people that we all love. And there's so many people in Charlottesville that work at UVA, that are employed by UVA. So it's great to show support for them, and of course for all the kids that they're helping.
Yes.
So,
do we have anybody next week yet?
Yeah, next week we're having an author, the DC author. She is coming on.
Oh, that's
she wrote an
right.
amazing book about all the hidden gems and secrets of Washington,
Yes.
DC. So she will be on.
Have we talked to her, or am I supposed to be doing that?
Yeah, we will. And then the next week we have Sasha. So it's Mental Health Awareness Month, of course, in May.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have Sasha on. She's going to tell us her story about what she has dealt with mental health. So that'll be fun.
Oh, and I had somebody else for next week. Maybe I'll have to move them. I'll figure it out.
You'll have
we'll
to
figure it out after the show.
You'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
But tuning in, like and share the show. Check out all of our past episodes at womenchangingourworld.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
And donate to UVA Children's.
Donate to UVA Children's. They really are amazing. So catch up with Kelly and Ryan. Kelly and Ryan.
Ooh. Oh, that's already a show. We have to come up with something else. Ryan and Kelly.
With Kelly and Ryan on Wednesday night when they're going to be drinking and eating lots of cheese.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Jeez.
In the fart van. In the fart van. Maybe you don't want to catch up with Kelly and Ryan, but maybe not in the same room as Kelly and Ryan. Watch online when Kelly and Ryan go live and eat cheese and drink a bunch of beer. That'll be fun.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next week. Until next time, keep changing our world. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks,
Thank you.
Judah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Friday night and the lights are low.
It's too much.
Donate. This is the donate song. Looking for a place to go.
Unplug me, crazy person.
Feel the beat
I
from
almost
the
lost some coffee.
tambourine.